Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back another video from 6, and today we are checking out, has Naruto actually killed anybody? The only thing that pops up in my head is Kakazu with the Rasen Shuriken thingy-mabob, the molecular attacking thing. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any other instances other than maybe um, the guy that was made to look like Itachi. That wasn't actually Itachi. It was like fighting at 30% or something like that. But anyway, right, let's get into 60's video.
I made a video on whether or not Sasuke had
Ever
ever
won a
lost a
fight?
fight.
Yeah.
In that video, there was a comment about Naruto never killing anyone. This sparked some debate in the comments, and aside from some obvious misconceptions I'll clear up during the video, the comments got me thinking this offhand comment was at least worth a somewhat in-depth discussion. Before I get started, let me just say that I don't believe Naruto has some sort of no-kill rule like Batman. That was not what the comment was meant to imply.
No, I don't think he does either. Oh, Kakuzu's got a tick. And is that the Itachi clone guy?
I was only implying that Naruto himself had never actually put someone in the ground permanently. So, if you think Naruto intended to kill someone with a specific attack that didn't land or whatever, I have no issue with that. I just don't think he ever did the act of killing someone.
Okay.
With that being said, today I'm going to go over every instance of this happening, and that'll be that. Subscribe, by the way. I'm only a few subscribers away from 1,000,000, and I want this video to hit 500,000 likes, and obviously that is possible. First,
Alright.
let's talk about Naruto's confirmed bodies. These are the people or things that Naruto directly put down as a result of his own actions. Then we'll move on to more controversial sections, but just letting you know, every single thing I say here is going to be controversial, so bear with me. Kaguya is a confirmed body on Naruto's record. I know someone would think that Kaguya isn't dead and she's just sealed away, but that isn't the case. We actually watch Kaguya die on screen in the anime and manga.
Okay.
Naruto and Sasuke close the seal on her, and while the seal is closing, we see Kaguya turn back into the Ten Tails and then split into the 9 different Biju. And a bit after this, we see Kaguya spit out Madara, who was literally the vessel by which she was able to come back to life.
Yeah, okay.
Without that vessel, she is no longer alive. For those of you who don't know why the Ten Tails is relevant here, it's because Kaguya is the Ten Tails. At least her consciousness is merged with it. A long time ago, before fighting Hagoromo and Hamura, which is another misconception, Hagoromo and Hamura, at least when it comes to the manga continuity, never fought Kaguya herself. They only fought with the Ten Tails. Not once is it stated they fought Kaguya, or is there any material showing that they fought Kaguya. It is literally only the Ten Tails that they fought, which was fused with Kaguya at that point. They never fought her directly, that's all I'm saying. With this being the case and what we see on panel, obviously that makes Kaguya a confirmed body for Naruto. Naruto's next confirmed bodies might genuinely turn him into a serial killer depending on how you view them, and that is the White Zetsu. Now, Zetsu aren't people, at least they aren't anymore, but they are sentient life forms with at least some human DNA.
Okay, so he's definitely killed a few of these.
What is not up for debate is whether or not Naruto body bagged these guys. I could present a mountain of evidence for this case that would cause any judge to sentence Naruto to multiple life sentences. The point at large here is whether or not to consider these things people. I honestly would say, sure, you can consider them as people. I think it makes the most sense just because they're humanoid and clearly don't want to be killed. They have complex thought patterns, emotions, different personalities, if you throw in Guru Zetsu anyway, and they are capable of using human language. Most of these qualities you value human life for in the first place, and it's more likely that if something lacks those specific qualities that you wouldn't value its life as much. Think of an insect or something that you step on, who cares?
Excuse me.
However, I'm not really sure Naruto views it this way. After passing the 4th Raikage and being permitted to enter the war, Naruto is given a small debrief by Shikaku Nara, wherein Shikaku mentions to Naruto that Madara is apparently immortal, plants are masquerading as people by using the first Hokage's cells, and the risen dead can only be stopped by being sealed. Naruto responds to this by saying that that's the best news he could have received because that means he doesn't have to hold back here. So it's entirely likely that Naruto probably just views the Zetsu as plants
Yeah.
and not actually people, which I'm not trying to
Yeah, he's taking the description as literal. It's like, oh, right, I can find some flowers.
make a moral statement here. Obviously, not viewing people as people doesn't justify you in killing them. But remember, I said I don't think Naruto has a no-kill rule either. Basically, this doesn't stem from morality or something. I just don't think Naruto himself views the Zetsu as people, and probably thinks they are these sentient plants instead. While I don't think Naruto has a no-kill rule, I think his statement here is implicative of the fact that he will hold back normally in order to not kill people intentionally, since he says in response to fighting an immortal army that it's good because he doesn't have to hold back. Let me elaborate on the no-kill rule just a bit more before going forward. A no-kill rule is pretty self-explanatory. It means that you will not kill
anyone,
under any circumstance. I think that Naruto, like most hero-type characters, simply don't want to kill, but can be pushed to the point where he will at least try to. Goku didn't want to kill Raditz, but he kind of had to since Raditz had already shown that he was.
I mean, you could technically say that Goku didn't kill Raditz, it was Piccolo, but, you know.
Wasn't going to leave peacefully. Same with Frieza, so on and so forth. You get the idea. No,
he didn't kill Frieza.
Let's talk about one that actually
yeah, it's like, Trunks killed him, he survived.
isn't Naruto's fault. That being this Jonin, Yura from the Sand Village. Naruto did not kill this guy. Pain's jutsu that artificially recreates someone a perfect copy of them, that being Itachi and Kisame, uses living sacrifices in order to carry the jutsu out.
Oh, so does he say that they were dead anyway whilst fighting?
On this data book page that I'll leave on screen. Chakra makes a sacrifice play out on one's life as a powerful ninja. Pain allocates a portion of the chakra of Akatsuki members to his target, creating an ingenious duplicate of that member with which to do battle. The abilities of the duplicate are proportional to the amount of chakra allocated to it, and it can use the abilities of the original person. However, when the chakra runs out, the jutsu is cancelled and the target dies. So while Naruto more than likely meant to kill the Itachi that was in front of him, and this other guy ended up on the floor, Naruto did not kill that guy. That was Pain. Now, let's talk about one that's a bit more controversial. Kakazu, I don't think counts as a body for Naruto, and that's just because Naruto actually just didn't directly kill him. Now, you could throw a ton of analogies at this situation, and it would be disingenuous of me to say Naruto didn't, at the very least, play a role in Kakazu's death. However, I think this is distinctly different from the Kaguya or Zetsu situations, and we all have to agree on just that much. In those cases, a jutsu, or in some instances a punch or a kick, directly from Naruto put those people away permanently. But in the case of Kakazu, Naruto did hit him with the Rasen Shuriken and he messed him up badly. But Kakashi delivered the final blow that put Kakazu's lights out. Now, keep in mind, this isn't to absolve Naruto of some type of crime. I'm no lawyer. I'm just saying that Naruto did not kill Kakazu and that Kakashi was the one to do it.
Yeah, okay.
I only even mentioned this one because a lot of people think Naruto actually did kill Kakazu, which, I mean, when you look at it,
pretty much should have. Yeah, I absolutely should have. But Kakashi dealt the finishing blow. Okay.
Kind of does look like Naruto flatlined him there, but let's back up and look a bit more closely at the situation. This is Naruto's first time using the Rasen Shuriken, and there is no possible way that he knows the effects of this jutsu yet. Even with the Sharingan, Kakashi could barely keep up with the number of attacks that were launched by the Rasen Shuriken
molecular level,
and the effects of the jutsu, wherein your chakra network is severed by the needles, was also found by Tsunade on Naruto's arm. So basically, Naruto managed to turn the Rasengan into a Rasen Shuriken, and all he knows is that he's got a bigger, super powerful jutsu that he's now going to throw at Kakazu. So a TLDR of this section is that Naruto played a major role in Kakazu's death by literally crippling him so Kakashi could finish him off, but it's not the case that Naruto actually killed Kakazu. The blame for that is on Kakashi. I'm surprised there's no
fair.
conversation about Naruto killing Madara. Maybe it's because it was mostly a group effort. This situation is like a mix of both the Kakazu situations and the Kaguya situations, where Naruto does indeed play a huge part in the fact that Madara ended up dying, but it'd be a little weird to say Naruto outright killed him.
Yeah.
But I think it's only fair if you conclude that Naruto killed Madara, and realistically, Madara put himself in a position that he has to be killed in order to be taken down, by making himself the Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails. The only potential defense you could mount for this is the Ghetto statue remaining inside of the body post-extraction of the Ten Tails, but that wasn't the case for Madara, who had been turned into Kaguya. We see the Biju leave the Ghetto statue, but at the same time, the Ghetto statue is what was sealed away by Naruto and Sasuke's planetary devastation, while whatever this is, the rabbit goddess, spirit, whatever, spits out Madara and he falls to the floor. The elements of Kaguya's death that this incorporates are extremely obvious. The kills are one and the same, but it's similar to the Kakazu death because Naruto didn't directly do the thing that put Madara down permanently. In some aspects, you could argue that Zetsu is the one who killed Madara by turning him into Kaguya.
Yeah.
Since when all is said and done, it's not like we see the Ten Tails extracted from Madara similar to what we saw from Obito. We saw the Ten Tails or Kaguya spit Madara's body out after everything was over. I wonder why this even happened in the first place. Like, why did Kaguya spit out Madara? It's not like she cared about saving him or anything, but that's whatever. Obito can be spoken about in virtually the same regard, but to be fair to Obito, Obito went through several things that should have killed him. So
Yeah, like,
overall.
oh my god.
The first thing that should have ended him, realistically speaking, was having his heart blown out by Kakashi's Raikiri. But
that was kind of ridiculous, wasn't it? It's like,
you can ignore that. The second thing is the fact that he was a Jinchuriki and had all of his Biju ripped out of him. This has killed numerous people.
yeah, like that is meant to be like an instant kill as well, isn't it? It's like,
People in the show. It almost killed Naruto. It was killing Kushina.
It killed Gaara.
The Akatsuki literally farmed Jinchuriki kills this way. Gaara died when Shikaku was extracted. Yugito died when the Two Tails was extracted. Roshi died when the Four Tails was extracted. Han died when the Five Tails was extracted. Utakata died whenever that big slug was extracted. And Fu died when the Seven Tails was extracted. They all met their end in the same way during the Akatsuki's mission to retrieve the Ten Tails. Killer B almost died like this twice, but both times he managed to escape death by using Yuki's tail in some way, shape, or form. In Sasuke's case, he used the transformation jutsu on the severed limb of Yuki to fool the Akatsuki. And in the case of Madara, he was gathering all the Biju. He managed to stay inside of a severed limb and keep a piece of Yuki within himself so that he didn't die. That same thing was true for Obito. After having 9 Biju extracted from him, Obito didn't die, and Kurama explained that it's because of the fact that the Ghetto statue remained inside and it contains a lot of life force. This makes sense as we know the Ghetto statue was the only thing keeping Madara alive whenever he was grooming Obito into becoming a super terrorist. Another unique fact about the Ten Tails Jinchuriki is due to the amount of energy that is drained when extracting the Ten Tails, they aren't able to or shouldn't be able to move for several months. This doesn't exempt them from the rule, however. Since he was a Ten Tails Jinchuriki, Obito will now die, since he had his Biju extracted. While on the ground, however, Zetsu takes over Obito's body and uses Rinne Rebirth on Madara, which is yet another technique that will kill you. Granted, this move might not be certain death. Conan implies that Nagato was only going to die from the technique due to his current level of chakra. And while Obito did die later on this day, he kind of experienced like 3 or 4 life-ending events. Nonetheless, I think it can be argued that Obito would have died from the use of Rene Rebirth here as well, similar to Nagato, because he's so drained of energy. He can't even physically stand up. So just stack that on top of the fact that he lost to Ten Tails, and the last thing to add on here, he gets the ghetto statue literally ripped out of his body, which if you remember it up till now, was the literal life battery pack that was keeping Obito alive post him being a Jinchuriki. And now he has Black Zetsu attached to him doing the same thing. So by my count, like I just mentioned earlier, Obito effectively died 4 times on this day, and only one of which Naruto had a partial hand in. I don't really count this one. It's also Kaguya kinda landed the final blow, so throw all the blame onto her. Continue on with the theme of deaths Naruto didn't directly cause, as 2 more people, and I don't exactly know what to call this duo, but Naruto kind of convinced them to die. Not in the way that he talked them into their deaths, but his words inspired them to take a leap that led them to a certain death, that being both Nagato and Zabuza. Zabuza is the easier one to go over, so we'll just talk about
Yeah,
it first.
alright.
It's hard to argue that Zabuza wouldn't have just died anyway. Kakashi had no interest in taking him back to the village for questioning, clearly, as he was going to shove a Raikiri through his chest. And even if he did, it's not like it's really needed in Naruto, since in this universe, corpses still contain valuable information to shinobi villages. Pain is a good example of that. With that being said, obviously Naruto doesn't directly kill Zabuza, but he is
He does
directly
talk no jutsu
responsible
him,
for
though.
the death that he had through his words. And in reality, making Zabuza acknowledge feelings he already had. So while Naruto is responsible for the death of Zabuza, it's in a positive way, since it's far better than the death he would have otherwise gotten.
Yeah.
Zabuza even attributes his defeat to Naruto himself when he's reanimated, saying he must be famous because of that victory. And Kakashi says that Naruto is able to develop his shinobi way because of fighting them, and lets them know he's become quite a splendid shinobi. Zabuza was also satisfied with his death. Of all the shinobi who were happy to come back and get their second chance at life, Zabuza wanted to be stopped by any means because he died human and not as the Demon of the Mist. After hearing that, you should be able to tell where I'm going with the Nagato example, since Naruto made Nagato believe in him.
And then he does the reverse thing, and then he dies from doing it. Alright, yeah.
Therefore sacrificed himself, and then all of the people of Konoha who had lost their life was able to come back to life, except Jiraiya.
Wow, okay, that's hilarious. But, yeah, alright, fine. So, indirectly, yes. Directly, no. I forgot that Kakashi gets the final little convo and then ends it. But, yeah, my Naruto Funko Pop collection's growing. Ain't that cool? Naruto Ninetales, Ninetales mode, 9,500 piece. Limited, so there's only 9,500 of those. Yeah, love it. But yeah, that was cool. I think there's a couple of Yu Yu Hakusho related videos that Six has done that I want to check out as well. Get to them at some point. But until then, yeah, thanks for watching.